Are you feeling weak in Season 3 Mutiny? This is probably why. And avoid this one detrimental mistake players are doing to try to get more power. Lock and load, let's do this.
Accept it, Division! This is a war you can't win!
Piece of shit wristwatch.
Freak out, yo!
Banditos, what up? Your boy Tux here. The Division 2 Season 3 Mutiny, well, we got new modifiers, the companions. And just like every season, we have 3 new hostile modifiers. And if you're feeling weak this season, the commander hostile modifier is definitely contributing. Take a look at this thing. Heavily armored enemies, so any dude that has this blue icon, they're gonna have 60% damage resistance and 25% more outgoing damage. And they can buff 3 nearby allies within 7 meters with 15% more damage. That is nasty. This one directly impacts your build. I was running with a crew last night, and for some reason, we were just getting our asses handed to us. The enemies were just hitting really hard. Time to kill felt like shit, and I'm running one of the strongest builds in the game. You know, your striker, assault rifle stuff. And man, I have never died so much in this game. And we weren't doing anything weird. We were just running a 4-man legendary, the easiest legendaries in the Division 2. We were running District Union Arena and Capitol Building, and they were just fucking hammering us. Explosions especially are feeling extremely nasty, but it was really frustrating. Worst of all, not fun. The commander hostile modifier is the culprit, and 60% damage resistance and 25% more outgoing damage while buffing 3 more enemies with 15% more damage is the reason why. So let's put that into perspective, and hey, I brought some numbers along to share with you. So 60% damage reduction means that only 40% of your damage penetrates. The rest, poof. So to come up with effective HP, we take the raw HP value and multiply it by 2.5. So the chart that you're looking at is a representation of the health points our enemies have. For this discussion, we're just going to focus on heroic and legendary. We'll talk about heroic solo, heroic 4-man group, and legendary 4-man. For heroic, we encounter a lot of elites in the open world especially, and they come with 9.8 million in armor, which is a ton, by the way, considering you barely have 1 million. They're basically 10x stronger than you are. So what does it mean as an effective HP value when you encounter one of these elite NPCs, solo and heroic, with the commander symbol? If they have 10 million raw elite HP with a 60% damage resistance, they have an effective HP of 25 million. That's basically the value of a elite HP for legendary 4-man scaling. RNG is responsible for delivering the commander symbol or the buff. It can come out on multiple enemies at the same time. I've seen whole waves come out with the commander modifier. So what does a heroic 4-man elite look like? Well, raw elite HP, he's at 17.5 million. That's with the 1.709 scaling. Then we have the 60% damage reduction. That turns one heroic 4-man elite into 43.75 million in armor. If you thought the Division 2 elites were spongy before, legendary 4-man group, so the scaling is 1.709 on the base of a 14.7 million elite. That's going to give us a raw elite HP value of 25.2 million. Now we apply the 60% damage reduction. One elite is going to have 63 million in armor. Crazy. Let's zoom in on the second part of Commander. They have built in a counter. It says, counter, keep crossfire with your companion to strip damage reduction and make the commander vulnerable. Killing him disrupts buffed allies and grants 20% critical damage for 10 seconds. Disruption is a status effect. It sort of looks like a stagger. So if we go to command link and take a look at what crossfire is, you or your companion kill an enemy after you have both dealt damage to it. And it grants 25% critical hit damage for 10 seconds and awards 40% command link points. So mark the same target you're shooting and either you or the companion can get the kill. and that's going to start the clock. The duration of Crossfire is 10 seconds. The best companion to do this with is going to be Spearhead or the Assault. He's more aggressive and responds faster than the other two companions. All of the teamwork actions that are part of Command Link have a little icon associated with them. The downside of Crossfire Kill is that it kind of looks like collateral kill from a distance, and the details are really small. Okay, here's where you start paying attention closely. First, take a look at my build. A very strong striker. I'm running Lud with perfect streamline, 4 pieces of striker with that backpack, for amplified damage, maximum crit chance. I'm running perfect obliterate, and the salvo holster giving me 10% more RPM. Hopping into testing range just to show you what my damage values are, just to give you an idea. So striker scales, obliterate scales, this thing gets a lot stronger. So this is just to give you a gist. Going for body shots, we'll have 234,000 on the armor. That's a non-crit. 447,522 when we do crit on the body. And that's basically with no stacks. Headshot damage will be at 398,000. And when we crit on the head, it'll be 603,674. So we hop in this control point and I'm shooting a fully armored up heroic elite with the commander hostile modifier. I have no other damage buffs from the modifiers. The one you see active is just reload speed. I have very few stacks, almost none. So I'm critting at around 200,000. Base damage on the body is 74,264. So based on what we saw in the testing range, these damage numbers would make sense. So I get a kill that both the companion and I were shooting and activate Crossfire Kill. You can see the icon is on down here below. Good news, by the way, Crossfire Kill is refreshable, which means you can renew the 10 seconds even if Crossfire Kill is still active. With Crossfire Kill active, I shoot a heroic elite that has the commander hostile modifier. Something's not adding up. So Obliterate's fully active. I only have a couple of stacks on striker, and I have the Crossfire Kill modifier, which is giving me an additional 25% critical hit damage. So why then are my damage numbers so low? Here's another example. This target has full armor and the commander hostile modifier. I have Crossfire Kill active. My obliterate is fully stacked, and I have more stacks on striker this time, and still very low damage numbers. And one more, and same thing, Crossfire Kill active on an elite with commander, and my damage numbers super low. Head scratcher, right? Well, let's go back to the hostile modifier description. So it turns out in the counter, when it says keep Crossfire with your companion to strip DR, they're not actually talking about this Crossfire. So Crossfire Kill does give you more damage, 25% critical hit damage, but that will be stripped by 60% with the rest of your damage by that damage reduction. So after testing, I learned when they say keep Crossfire with your companion, they're just saying that you and your companion must be shooting that target at the same time, and that will strip them of their damage reduction. The downside is the commander hostile modifier icon doesn't change. That's part of what's really confusing and what made testing harder. If it went from blue to like red or blue to gray, that would be extremely helpful. And if they didn't call this Crossfire, that would also be helpful. I have Crossfire Kill active. My damage is really low. My companion throws a grenade, and at the last second, she takes that grenade damage, and my numbers instantly jump. Here's another example. Notice she goes down quite quickly. My companion and I are both shooting her at the same time, and my numbers are bigger as expected. The small numbers are the companion hits. Finally, last example. On this elite, I don't have command kill active. My companion is shooting her first, and then I jump in, and my numbers are full throttle. And notice she still has her commander blue icon, even though her damage reduction is disabled. Here's an important detail. So in the commander counter, it says specifically companion Crossfire. What about in group play? What about when an ally or somebody on your team is shooting that target? The allies, like the civilian leader, that won't do anything for you. Here's Disagreeing in Arena. I'm shooting this command link marked enemy of super low numbers, and you can see the Crossfire coming in from one of my teammates on the right, and my damage numbers don't change. Here's another example, Tuva's blasting away at this drone controller who basically has to kill herself because we just couldn't get it done. So if you've made it this far, congratulations, because here comes the biggest lifesaver. In the global modifier command link, there's something called passive recruit bonuses. Put out this video that explains more on how to rank this up. Basically, when it's full, you're gonna get 15% assault rifle damage, 20% hazard protection, and 15% skill efficiency, even when no companion is spawned. If you have no companion active, it's gonna double these. So 30% weapon damage, 40% hazard protection, and 30% skill efficiency. No active companion means you literally need to unequip this so that there's absolutely nothing in your active modifier. Players are being recommended to do this so that they could take advantage of the double buffs. This unfortunately is a very bad idea. One, you're gonna miss out on all of your teamwork actions, which are quite potent. So you're still gonna get the 15% assault rifle damage, not the 30, but the 15, and you're still gonna get the 20% hazard protection and the 15% skill efficiency. So all those are gonna come, but they're now gonna be combined with, well, 10% rate of fire, 40% weapon handling, 25% critical hit damage, 40% reload speed, so on and so forth. So it's the combination that's gonna give you that more powerful feeling, but more importantly, the biggest reason why you don't want to do it is because the only counter to Commander is crossfire from the companion. Just looking at damage, although you got 30% more weapon damage, you're going to be 150% less effective against commanders, and there's plenty of them, so that puts you in the hole with no ability to counter that. Commander needs to be nerfed. It feels fucking horrible out there with this thing on. If you're caught one-on-one, he is just gonna plow through you, and many times you're getting multiple commanders spawning at the same time. Think twice before you rush up to a spawn door, because it might not be your lucky day. See you at the rendezvous. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm Tuxedo Bandido, and if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on the good stuff I have coming for you. And if you like content like this, be sure to check out the video I have recommended for you right here. If you have anything you would like me to cover, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And thank you to all the channel members and donors who make things possible. Tux Nation wouldn't be the same without you.
When you buy a game from Ubisoft, enter the creator code Tuxedo Bandido to support the channel. Easy peasy.
Wait, did we just become best friends?